Hi again, Dr. Eileen here. This video actually is our final in a series of four behaviors. So we actually went through dominant behavior, we went through an influencing behavior, we went through a conscientious behavior, and today in this video I'd like to take you through a steadiness behavior, or in other words, a supportive behavior. If you're a supportive person or a steady person, you're the person everybody wants to have in a group. You're very much people oriented. You are very concerned with others. You want to make sure that everyone has what they need to either get their job done or to do what they need to from a personal perspective. Some of the working in styles that are important to a steady person or a supportive person, they're very calm, they're stable, they are very standard operating procedure type of person. They're very similar to conscientious people in that they're very detail oriented. However, they differ in the fact that they are very people oriented. So where the conscientious person is more detail task oriented, the um, the supportive person is obviously people oriented, but they are very detailed as well. They definitely prefer the small knit groups. They want a smaller sort of social circle, not very comfortable in the limelight. Um, they appreciate change when it's done slowly and incremental steps. They don't oppose change, they just take a little bit longer to get to that. They're very sincere. They appreciate a job well done. They're very predictable. They love routines. Their coworkers demonstrate, respect and compassion for them. A lot of times, the steady person appear calm. They appear steady. They appear stable. Again, with their group, they have sort of their posse that they look out for to make sure, they get their needs taken care of. Um, from a they're recognized specifically by their friendship, their cooperation. They're very patient with people. Their pace is a little bit slower than most. They gain security by being around close relationships and having few close relationships. They get irritated by insensitivity and impatience with people. People that are always in a hurry. They actually are very considerate in their decisions. They're moderate, and they can actually be overly moderate. They can resist change if it's done put upon them too quickly. But for the most part, the steady person is the one you want in a team environment. Their body talk, from a general body language perspective, they're always asking how can they be of assistance? How can they help you? How can we get, Jane what she needs, or Sam what he needs? They tend to directly gaze at you when speaking. They're very relaxed stance, and they've got very few gestures that they do, so they're not very, um, you know, gesture. They don't need to raise their hands. They don't need to do a lot of moving. They're very slow and deliberate in what they do. However, during times of stress or in stressful situations, the steady or the supportive person can actually become possibly inflexible, very passive, or very indecisive. So we want to be careful of that, under stressful situations, and recognize those behaviors so that, once you recognize them, you can move forward with either acknowledging that or making a change to the behavior. Um, from a reward perspective, the supportive or steady person, their rewards to help them, they help to perform their tasks. They are rewarded by having that place on the team. They definitely like a one-on-one praise. They're not the kind of person who is brought into a room and has everybody look at them and clap, and they're very much more of being appreciative of the one-on-one sincere reward or recognition. They appreciate listening to them with understanding, as opposed to just listening and nodding your head and saying, yes, I understand, but the true understanding of that person. They reward their friendly and patient attitudes. Um, they would like for you to take their questions seriously. Um, Also, they can be rewarded by more time off. They like handmade gifts, social gatherings of their friends, personal gifts that show thought specifically, significant pictures or photographs, friends, family members, written letters of gratitude is one way also that you can show your reward for a steady person. If you've got a steady or supportive person in a leadership position, or you are that person, they're very good listeners. They're empathetic and sensitive to the needs of others. And frankly, I think we need that sometimes in the leadership positions today, whether that's in a personal leadership position or a professional leadership position. They're appreciative of their staff and tell them so often, and being very sincere about it. They're consistent with their leadership style. They're not one way one day and another way the next day. They're communicating um, processes. They're very methodical, so you know what to rely on with a supportive and steady person. However, again, during the stressful situations, they may become indecisive. They might be indirect at providing direction, um, unwilling to get into conflict or discuss something that might be of a tough situation. So just recognize that if you feel that you don't necessarily like conflict. Not everyone does, but as a steady and supportive person, the last thing that you want to do is get into any type of conflicting situation. So it's important for you to have peace. It's important for everyone to get along, and you'll do what you need to do to make that happen from a steadiness or supportive behavior. Um, Again, the steady person or that type of behavior is definitely welcomed in a team. From a leadership, showing empathy is extremely important, especially in today's hard times. A lot of people are going through a lot of things, and it's very important for a leader specifically to show that empathy and care for that person, all the while being very methodical in their processes and procedures as well. From a steadiness perspective, when someone's who's steady or supportive, their decisions are very considerate. They're considerate of others before they make their decision. Sometimes to a fault, you need to think of other people, but sometimes you need to step out of that as a supportive person and start really thinking about yourself as well. But overall, that supportive person is going to think about the needs and the wants of other people. Um, and I think that's actually about it. We're going to start a next series with regard to what the ideal job position is for each of these different types of behaviors. So thank you for watching. I appreciate it. You can reach me either by phone, email, or please take a look on my website. We can certainly set up something for private consultations as well. The information is above on the screen. So thank you again, Dr. Eileen Jason, www.artaconsulting.com. Thanks.